Good morning. It's really special day for us. We're glad we're able to be with you, even though it's virtually. Uh, this is always a big day at Baylor. We have our graduation day later today for our MD, PhD, and counseling students. But this ceremony is really very special for the college because we like to celebrate our military graduates in particular. Even though we're doing it virtually, it's just as important as always, and we want you to know how proud we are of you guys. We're always proud of all of our students for their service to their community, but we're especially proud of Jarrod and Ray, who made commitments to the practice of medicine and service to our country. You're entering fields where they need you the most right now. I mean, there's no better time to realize how important you are, how important your service is to the country and to the military. People don't know this, but I actually started my career in the VA. I spent almost 15 years as in the VA system, and then another 10 years as a civil servant in the NIH. And my wife was a lieutenant commander in the Public Health Service, which is a branch of the Navy. So we totally understand how important it is to serve our country in the military. I want to congratulate you and wish you the best of luck in your residency. I know your work is going to be fulfilling in the military, and I know you're going to represent Baylor College of Medicine really well. And, we're really, really excited and proud of you guys. So congratulations to both of you, and I'm sure your family members are very excited as well. I'm going to invite Timothy Perea, who's the Associate Professor of Pediatrics at Baylor, an advisor to our medical students in the military to administer the oaths.
Thanks very much, Dr. Klotman, and to everyone here at Baylor who helped put this on today. Like Dr. Klotman said, this is always a thrilling day for me to be able to put the uniform on again and recognize all the hard work that our graduates have done over the last 4 years and will do in the future. We actually have 3 graduates who are graduating tonight from Baylor in the military. Jarrod Odom, who came to us from West Point, so is already familiar with Army things. He'll be doing a transitional year internship first and then dermatology in San Antonio. Wang is Air Force. He will be doing psychiatry also in San Antonio starting this summer. And our 3rd graduate wasn't able to be with us this morning because he's dealing with his Army move. But Howard Ward is going up to Madigan Army Medical Center near Seattle to do emergency medicine. So as you said, Dr. Klotman, all very important specialties and fields that they're going into. And the 3 of you certainly have had a very unique ending to your medical school career, as evidenced by the need to do this ceremony today remotely. But I want to congratulate you on navigating all of these uncertain times with us. So a commissioning or a promotion is certainly a significant step in your career, just like tonight, graduation will be a major accomplishment for both of you. On the military side of your life after today, as a captain in the Army or the Air Force, you will automatically and immediately outrank really hundreds of thousands of enlisted soldiers and airmen and junior officers. Some of these folks will have served for decades compared to your service, which is much shorter at this point in time. Even though your length of service will be much less than theirs at the outset, they're going to look up to you as both a physician and an officer. This is 2 different careers you're embarking on here today. The responsibility for you to carry yourself as a professional in both of these realms is a really serious one. You're going to be facing similar challenges to all your civilian classmates who are going off to residency in terms of duty hours and steep learning curves and fatigue and things like that. You're also going to have all the joys that they will have as well. Learning new tasks and knowledge, learning new procedures, caring for the patients that are in your care. But I also want to challenge both of you to take a few minutes with your patients to learn about the military things in their lives as well. Ask about their unit, ask about their job or their most recent deployment. I found making time for that interest really helped me connect with my patient or my patient's parents, in my case as a pediatrician, and really helped benefit my career over the time that I was in the Navy. It may also help you learn some things about coming up with the correct diagnosis for them. So learning the traditions and the history of the culture that you're joining, the military culture that you're joining, will be really a very beneficial use of your time as well. So for Ray, learning things like the difference between a B-1 bomber and an F-22 fighter, that type of thing will be important in working with your patients. Jarrod probably already knows the difference between an Abrams tank and a Bradley fighting vehicle, but learning those types of things are going to be important. And then after residency, your career is going to diverge a little bit further from your civilian peers. Your service may take you to an isolated duty station overseas or here in the States. You may be on a deployment in harm's way, or even on a humanitarian mission that the military does frequently. And between your training here at Baylor and your residencies, I know that you're going to be ready for any of those eventualities. One example I like to give to students comes from my own experiences. In my first year out of residency, I was a pediatrician in Okinawa, Japan, and there were 4 of us there who 3 were right out of residency, all brand new grads. The closest subspecialists to us were 3 hours away in Tokyo or 8 to 12 hours flying to Hawaii. So there was no ability to call 911 for any kind of emergency. We were 911, and we had to deal with everything that came to us. If I needed to send a child to the pediatric ICU in Hawaii, that meant first me managing him or her in the ER, stabilizing them. Then I get on the phone to the Air Force because they control all the medevac flights around the world, and ask for a plane to come get me, to take me to Hawaii. It would be at least a 12-hour wait before that plane could get to me. All the while I'm managing this sick patient, trying to keep them alive if they're a critical patient. Then I had to get on the plane myself and fly with them after doing all this management in the hospital. So that's an example of sort of the isolation that you may experience in a small duty station. Thankfully for me, this only happened one time. The time that it happened was on Christmas Eve. So they scrambled this plane for us. We were on a 737 size plane, and being Christmas Eve, I had the only patient on board. So it was the patient who was an 18-month-old, his parents, his older sibling. Me, I was about 28 years old. I had a young nurse with me who was in her early 20s and a respiratory therapist who was 19. And that was our transport team. And we did that flight to Hawaii with this intubated child for about 12 hours. So when I tell that story to Baylor residents and students here, usually their eyes bug out and they just can't imagine the civilian students needing to do that right after graduating residency. But that's the reality, the potential reality of the military career that you're embarking on. And I have no doubt that the two of you will be able to answer that 911 call if you're in a position like I was in during your career. To your families who may be listening on the line, I want to thank you in advance for supporting these 2 young men. Your sons and brothers and husbands are embarking on 2 really honorable careers, like I mentioned. These careers may well take them away from you for varying amounts of time. And if they do, sometimes you don't get a whole lot of heads up that they're going away. Know that they're making you proud in everything that they do and making all of us proud. And your support through residency and beyond is going to be really, really crucial to their success. And I want to thank all of you for sharing them with our nation. At this point, I think we'll go ahead and move on to the oaths. We're going to do Jarrod first.
Can you hear me?
Yes. And we can see you now,
All right.
finally. Great. Perfect. Who's there with you?
It's my wife.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning. Congratulations to both of you. All right. So we will do this virtually. Jarrod, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Jarrod Odom,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Captain Odom. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Congratulations.
Way to go. Good job. That looks great.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And Ray, you're there with your wife, correct? Okay, now we can see you both again. Perfect. Good morning to you too. All right. Your turn. You've already memorized the whole thing now, right after Jarrod. So we'll raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Ray Wang,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Captain Wang.
Thanks.
There
Congratulations.
you go. Congratulations again to both of you. You're both in San Antonio already, right?
Oh no, we'll be moving there next week. There was a change in our orders.
Of course there is.
Sure. I'll let Dr. Klotman come back to this podium.
A few years ago, we borrowed a little tradition from the military, actually, and we started presenting commemorative coins, Baylor commemorative coins. And we normally would present these to you in person. I don't know if you can get a close-up of that. But we will be sending to you, along with your diploma, I guess, these commemorative coins to remember exactly what happened today. We're so proud of both of you guys. So congratulations to you and your family. We'll see you tonight. Yeah, we'll see you tonight.
And then I'll just close by thanking both of you and Howard as well. Like all members of the military, you're accepting this voluntarily. It's always fitting that graduation comes near a military-related holiday like Memorial Day, as we honor all the men and women who have come before us and worn the cloth of our nation before you. So I want to wish you both best wishes on your journeys going forward. And as we say in the Navy, our traditional departing phrase is fair winds and following seas. So even though you're wearing differing coloring uniforms, I'll wish you that as well. Have a great day and congratulations for tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.